Hi there, I'm Stacey LaBarber, author of How to Flip It, and most recently known as the Real Estate Investing Chick. Today I thought I'd tell you a little of how I got started in this business so you could see for yourself how easy it is to not only get involved, but to start generating cash even on a part-time basis. So about 10 years ago, I answered an infomercial. You know, one of those make tons of money in real estate infomercials that we've all seen hundreds of times. Well, I signed up for the classes, and in fact, they were not cheap. The initial cost was $1,500, and I remember my pen almost choking when I wrote the check. More than that, I ended up spending almost $20,000 more before I did my first deal. But the classes paid off, and within 3 weeks, I had made money in real estate just like I was promised. And I remember meeting the investor at the bank where he handed me a cashier's check for $10,000. And I walked out of that meeting and I felt like my pockets weighed about 100 pounds. I mean, I was so excited when I showed my family and friends the money I had just made. They didn't even know what to think. It felt good to know that my investment was paying off, since I'd been told by more than a few people that I was wasting my time. And in fact, I remember one of my friends sharing with me that he had taken a similar class in the early 90s and walked away from it with just enough information to do nothing. Well, I quickly became an expert in flipping houses, and not only flipping them, but really finding the deals, which I learned was the part of the business that other investors weren't experts in. And yeah, I was making $5,000 to $15,000 per deal. The investor who was doing the fix-up and holding the properties was probably making double what I was making. But what I loved was the fact that I could get in and get paid with really no money out of pocket. Now, some people can use that money, and they do. They quickly earn money and flip properties and then eventually do more complex and long-term strategies such as rehabbing, renting, becoming landlords and kind of doing that long-term. And once you become good at that, you can easily make six-figure income and keep trading up, which I can also show you all of that when we get to that point. What's funny is that over the last 10 years in this business, one of the most surprising things that I've learned is that my story is actually not that common. Most people who attended the same classes that I did weren't able to succeed. The problem wasn't them, and it probably wasn't the information that was taught. I mean, remember, I did it, but the problem, I think, is that most people, it was just too much information learned in too short of a time, with no expert support in case there was something that went wrong and you had questions along the way. I guess it's like learning to drive. We all remember having to sit through those driver's ed classes before we could get behind the wheel. Well, imagine if they actually did away with the behind the wheel training and allowed people to just drive by what they learned in the classroom. Sounds crazy, right? Well, that's how I feel about real estate investing. I don't understand how people can just read a book or take a weekend or an online class and go out and start calling themselves investors. See, I know people can learn the information, but they lack the confidence and all the details of what happens in between once they're out in the field and actually practicing the techniques and strategies that they learn from these classes. This is why I'm known as the Real Estate Investing Chick. Not only did I seek out the help of seasoned investors when I was first getting started, I hired a mentor and I paid him $10,000 to come with me and show me how to be successful in this business. I was deemed the Real Estate Investing Chick because I know a lot more about real estate investing than a lot of people. That's why I developed my workshop, How to Make $5,000 in 30 Days. And I teach you the 7 simple steps to wholesaling real estate. I took the information that I learned for $50,000 and I packaged it in a way that is easy to understand. The most important change is that you learn the steps. Each step along the way is followed by going out and doing it, and then coming back to class to solidify what you've learned so that you really actually learn it. I mean, imagine being able to put into practice lessons before the class is even over. If you've taken real estate investing classes before and walked away with nothing, you could find that this course brings home what you already learned, adding so much more value to your investment. And I'll show you how to find deals, how to make offers, how to write contracts. I'll show you how to talk to people, whether the homeowners, like real estate professionals, the title companies, realtors, and mostly I'll show you how to get in, get paid, so that you can start making money right away. Okay, so you're in, but there's no way you can afford to pay $50,000 to learn to flip houses? Well, the good news is that I don't charge $50,000 to get into this business. I don't even require you to pay half of that. What I do require is for you to attend one of my upcoming events. In fact, when you pre-register online today, I will even give you 2 free tickets. So you're going to sign in on the page where it asks for your information. Pick the date that best fits your schedule and join us in person. When you attend my event, you can see for yourself what it takes to get involved in this business. You'll see that the steps that I teach are simple, they're basic, and they're doable. And you'll be able to meet me. You will know that I am real and that I am committed to helping people make money. So if that's you, if you are seeking freedom from your job and your debt, then let's do this. Sign in on the page where it asks for your information. And tell you what, for the first 10 people who register today, I will give you a free signed copy of my book when you show up at the door. I'll see you soon. What are you waiting for?